Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat, and I am back for the hashtag nuttinbutneutrals challenge. This challenge is hosted by Tammy at Lou Frou Frou Studio, and if you put this in to YouTube, it'll go to her channel. You can also type in hashtag nuttinbutneutrals, all in lowercase letters, and you'll see whoever else is participating in the nuttinbutneutrals challenge. If you post on Instagram, Facebook, whatever social media, use the hashtag nuttinbutneutrals, and then other people can find you. So the idea of this challenge is that each week Tammy chooses a base, and then you're to make some type of ephemera or whatever you like using that base and nothing but neutral pieces. So for example, last week, and neutral is black, white, brown, and gray, any shade of those. We're just using the basic neutrals in this challenge. So last week she chose notebook to be the base, and so I made a little kind of inked and watercolor paper notebook, and so mine is all, you know, got the flippy flappies, places to write, but it's all done in neutral colors. So that is the idea with it, and each week it's a different base. So this week she's chosen slides, and I have these slides in my Etsy shop, and it's in a kit or a set of die cuts that's I think it's called Clips and Things. I'm pretty sure. I'm sorry, I stink with the names of everything. It's hard to remember once you get a certain number of things in your shop. But anyway, it comes with, you know, like the bulldog paper type clips in a few different styles and lots of different sizes. And then there's film strips like these in there, the Polaroid type things. There's some pockets like this that you can slip little tags into. So yeah, it's just a fun little kit, but we're going to just use the slides for today. And this is probably going to go fairly fast because I'm going to do like 4 of them, but it's nothing that takes a super long time. So for this itty bitty one, I shrunk down some of my, I think this was in the Gothic Gray kit, or these might have been the Halloween one, so haunted, or the haunted images, I can't remember, but anyway, that ghost is behind that guy, so I liked that, and I know it's super tiny all the way down here, so that's why I brought it so close to the camera so you guys could actually see this one. The other ones will be bigger. This is the smallest one I'm doing. I just thought this would be really fun in, I guess I don't really even need to ink that, in a Halloween journal. So that's what we're going to use it for. And I'm just going to glue around that. So how is everybody? I hope you're all doing fantastic. I want to say hi and hugs to Tracy, Katrina, Susan, and Monique. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for your lovely comments. I really appreciate it. And also welcome to new subscribers. Welcome back to continuing, or people that have watched me for a while, subscribers. I never know what to call that. I appreciate all of you very much, and I couldn't do what I do without all of you. So, and I am very well aware of that. So thank you so much to everyone. So I want to make sure I can see the ghost's head over there. So I don't want to cover that. I need a paper towel. So yeah, these ones are pretty quick because it's a small thing. I guess if you were doing like, more like maybe a nature slide and you did the acetate and all that, you know, it's a lengthier process, but I don't think these are going to take me a very long time. But we're going to add some things to them. They're not just going to be like that. And I did turn them sideways like this, I think is how they're supposed to go. The old slides went that direction, but anyway. And if you have the old slides, you can just take the middle part out of it and use those as well. You could also just, you know, take a square piece of paper, cut out whatever size you wanted in the middle and round your corners, and same thing. So you don't have to buy anything specific. Just make your own. I just had these, so I'm gonna use them. All right, I'm gonna rough this up a little bit. This is just Tim Holtz piece. That's just a piece of paper with numbers. I mean, just whatever little bits you can find. These are those itty bitty little Tim Holtz pieces. I really like them, especially for things like this or clusters or whatever, where you just need a little something. I don't mind if it hangs off a tiny bit. And then I was thinking what you could do is turn them into hidden paper clips, you know, just put a paper clip on a piece of paper and glue it to the back. And you'd have a little hidden paper clip with this one, which I might do with that. And then I have this Tim Holtz little phrase from one of his Halloween books, and it says, "Embodied spirits haunted him by night." So I figured that's kind of perfect because that's what that is. And now if I can get the back off of it, because I went and cut it smaller so it would fit on there. So hopefully I can get the back off. So yeah, I've just been running errands. I went and got some flowers for my friend whose husband passed, and she moved to Texas to be with her family. So I take flowers and put it on his grave and his parents' graves for her. So I went and got flowers for that. And they're having a big sale at Hobby Lobby on all that kind of stuff. So if that's something that you need or want, they're on sale right now. They're on sale a lot, I know, but anyhow. So I got some nice dried sunflowers. I think that'll be pretty. Very fall-like. Around here you gotta practically nail that stuff down because of our wind and all that. I mean, I'm sure that's everywhere, but it's hard to keep it so it doesn't take off on you, blow away. So what I'm saying is these are kind of big. I don't know. I'd have to find some tiny paper clips. But anyways, you just take another piece of paper. Like I have this right here. It doesn't matter really what it looks like. I'd probably use black on the back just because, but you don't have to. You just need a piece of paper that the paper clip can hook onto like that. And then I would probably turn it this way with the little side on the inside, and then you glue it very well on the back. Trim it so it fits. Glue it really well on the back, and then your paper clip's hidden. But you can clip it right onto your page and have just a fun little paper clip. So there's that one. And then we'll do a little bit bigger one. I think I'm going to go this direction. I think all of them are going to end up that direction just because that's the way all my pictures were oriented. This picture is in my, I think what this was the grungy, or it might be people of the past. Ugh, it's so hard to remember because I've got a few different kits that have like vintage photos in them now. So anyway, but they're so cute, and I use them in the grungy journal that I'm working on. I like a bigger, I just shrunk this down, but they're so cute. I love those two. They're adorable. I keep thinking I need to ink that, and I don't. It doesn't need ink. I think this is the people of the past because I put some water or like some stain spots and all that on these. And I'll just put that, oops. There is a side kind of on these. I mean, you can use either side, but the underside when the Glowforge is cutting it, sorry, my printer's making all kinds of noise. The underside when the Glowforge cuts these, it can kind of get marks on it, even on the dark color, because it's cutting with fire, so there's nothing I can do about that. But anyways, sometimes you can kind of see the marks. So I just have some other bits and pieces much like the other one we just did. If I could pick them up, it'd be great. So I think I want to put this down first. I might tear just a little bit more off of it. This is just like book page that I had torn. These are all just scraps that I dug out of my scrap box. So go through and find all the little bitty bits that we keep, if you keep them, and get those out, because they're great for these kind of projects. Doing little clusters, these slides. If you're just starting out, that's why we keep all this stuff, even though it seems insane when you're keeping it, but it really sometimes comes in handy. So as crazy as that is, I'm going to sand this. That's just a piece off of a, oh, I don't need that. I keep forgetting I have these little sanders. Playing card. Sorry, the word just escaped me there for a minute. They're kind of fun. And then I'm going to put a piece of that cicada wing stuff on it. I did finally get mine. I ordered it from Amazon. And if I ever figure out, I kind of want to put something else with it to go in the shop, because I kind of like to make the orders. I mean, I'm not saying expensive, but you know, worth going to the post office for. And just like 10 sheets of this or whatever isn't really, I like it to at least be, you know, like maybe $9.99 or something, somewhere around there. So I want other things to go with it. I just haven't figured out what. The one side is shiny and one side isn't. So I want the not shiny side out. So yeah, it's fun paper because it is like tissue, but it's not as thick. So you can kind of see through it even better than tissue paper. And it's very porous. And it's a 2, so that's perfect. And I was just going to put this lace bit on here, and if it hangs off, that's all right. And then I have this other little piece. I thought about putting that there, but I kind of don't want to cover up. Maybe I'll just kind of put it here, the lace piece, and then this sweet, because they're sweet. All right, we'll just do that. Just fun little bits and pieces to put on. That's probably the easier way to do those. They're so tiny. Just to, you know, catch a little ink on there. Rough it up a little bit. This is an old piece, so I think I'm going to put the glue here so that all of it kind of gets some glue instead of trying to hang it from that, because I'm afraid those will just rip, those little strings. It's pretty fragile. And I'll ink this. So my kids are doing good, going to school. My daughter's working still at the restaurant. She hasn't gotten a job still. It's so crazy to me. It's just crazy. The way this area has grown, and to not be able to find a job is mind-boggling. Her friend wanted to go back to serving too, because they make more money doing that, because she can't find a job in her field either. a different field, and was trying to find a restaurant, you know, work in a restaurant, and can't even find that. So she has a job at a grocery store, but she wanted to go back to serving. But anyway, it's just crazy to me. So that, again, could be made into a paper clip. You could add stuff on the other side if you want to. I just want to keep it black since we're doing the neutral thing. I'm going to do a Halloween one. And I got 2 witches. And they're in my haunted, or the haunted add-on with the photos. I can't remember which one. And I shrunk them. There are some little photos in that as well, but these are pretty small little frames. If you make your own of these, just note how they're skinnier top and bottom and wider on the sides. And I think this side is a tiny bit wider than that side. So if you want to make your own, not that they have to be perfect or anything, but you know what I mean. If you just want it to look like the original quote-unquote slides. If you have a die cut too that like cuts the rectangles and stuff, that would make it easier. Then you could make bigger ones, which would be nice to do. And this is just old book page. You know how you tear off the edges a lot of the time just to have the script? Then you can stamp the edges. I got that idea from Gail Augustinelli years ago. So I'm going to put one of my little black cats, and those are the cats, hats, and bats set of die cuts is where the cats are. Then you get little hats that you can put on the Tim Holtz people, or just use the hats. Like, oh my gosh, Nancy, if you haven't seen Nancy Pitter's Halloween journals, definitely go check her out. But she used a hat as a tab at the top of a page. That was another fantastic use of it. I always get carried away with the glue. And then this one says, eye of newt and toe of frog. It's a witchy sort of a thing. Or so the stories go, right? All right, so there's that one. So you can see these go together really fast. I mean, you could add a lot more. I might add a piece of tape to that, just for another little something or other. I do like my old tape, faux tape. It's just alcohol ink on Scotch tape. So I don't know, just a little something else on there. Put this one on this one. Kind of go over the corner a little. It's hard to see on the black, but you can see it better in person than on the black. So we've got 3 done. We have this gentleman, and this is Joey Cardmaker, this image of this gentleman. It's in his Victorian images. Why do I keep doing that? Yeah, Victorian gentleman, I think it's called. And they're this size, so you don't have to shrink these ones or anything. I mean, he has bigger ones in that kit too. It's just some of them are this size. So yeah, I think those would make fun paper clips. I need to find a little bit smaller paper clips. Those plastic coated ones are kind of chunky to do that with. So I want to find some. Oh, wow, I really got carried away with the glue because I didn't realize how close to the edge that one was. Yikes. Man, that stuff dries fast. It's crazy. All right, it lives for another day. Okay, so I just got all kinds of pieces here. So this is a bingo bit, one of my bingo bits. Digital. I'll go this side with this one. I don't know why. There's no reason. It's just because. And then I have some of my cogs. And I cut these out of rusty paper or black. So this one I cut out of some scrapbook paper I had, but I don't have like enough of that to do that and sell them kind of thing. This was, I think, one of the first trials these are left over from to see if it would even work. Okay, I didn't need glue on all that. Trial run. That's good. I don't want too much again. And then I just have other bits. Eek. I have these little bitty playing cards and I used them in my Alice in Wonderland, but I was like, you know, they would be great for whatever. I don't know. Let's see if I can find the package of those. So they come so you can make a little box for them and everything, and it's the whole set. But I like to just use them individually. And I found them the other day and was like, oh yeah, those would be fun to just use. You kind of hoard things, or I do. Anyway, I know not everybody does that, but I definitely hoard things that I like. Oh, I didn't even glue this one down. I'll try to remember to put them in my list of Amazon things. I know they're in there if you go to my Amazon list, but it's easier to give you guys a link in the description box of the video whenever I remember to do that. But if you purchase anything from Amazon, even if you don't get the little cards, but if you use my Amazon links and go to Amazon, anything you buy, I get a small commission from, and it doesn't cost any more for you. So that is always greatly appreciated. What did I do with my paper towel? See, I lose things because I was looking for the other. Stuff. So there's that one. I don't know, you could just sit here if you had a whole pile of stuff and just make. That's all the slides I had without cutting, and I had to cut a bunch of stuff yesterday, so I couldn't cut more. But anyway, we have 4 for the Nuttinbutneutrals slides this week. So I'll bring them up again just so you can see, because I know they're super tiny and it's really hard to see that far away. All right, so that is what I have. So I will chat with you guys again soon. Love ya. Bye.